This video, we're going to take a look at the Word Chapter 4 Skill-Based Training, and we're going to try and troubleshoot an issue that MyITLab seems to be having here. Sometimes you'll click on what is absolutely the correct action, but it doesn't seem to go through. So we're going to go through this and troubleshoot it a little bit. Sometimes you kind of have to think like the computer. Think like what MyITLab is looking for in an example like this. So here we start with this simulator in this step 414, and it says to move to the top of the page at the beginning of the document. You hit the up arrow a few times, you hit the left arrow a few times, just to make sure you're in the beginning of the document. And then you press enter twice, and you can see it's jumping down. And then we're going to go in and insert an automatic table 2, which is clearly this option right here, and you click on it and it says incorrect action. Well, what's that all about? Clearly I'm doing the right step. Something else must be going on. So if you go back up there, hit the up arrow, hit the left arrow, hit your enter keys again, and try that automatic table 2 again. Sometimes it's just that second attempt that suddenly works. There's really no rhyme or reason to that. Sometimes it just acts a little strange. So you got to kind of work through some of these things and understand that MyITLab is trying to assess that you've done the right thing, but sometimes it acts a little bit quirky. So the next step, we're going to scroll down to page 2, and we're going to highlight the word Northwest or Northeast Airlines, and we're going to mark that as an index entry. And this one works pretty well. This one doesn't seem to have any problems. We mark all, and we can close that. Now we're going to move to the end of the document, and we're going to insert the index. Scroll all the way down here to the bottom, and this would appear to be the end of the document. So we insert a page break. Now there's a couple ways in Word that you can insert a page break. Normally, the way I would typically do this would be that I would go into insert and click on page break. That's an incorrect action according to this particular step. Now what I've discovered with this one, if you go one step to the left, now notice your cursor is actually sitting here to the right of the paragraph marker. If you go one step to the left of that and insert that page break, no, that one didn't work either. There's another way you can do a page break. Under page layout, you can choose breaks and do a page break, and that one seems to take. Why that one takes and the other one doesn't, I don't really know. It just happens to be the way it was programmed. But that does seem to happen from time to time. Now the other step here is that we're going to insert an index, accepting all the default settings. This one's pretty straightforward. We click on index, we say OK, and as you can see, we've now successfully completed the assignment. That's not to say that some of the steps that we did were incorrect. It's just that MyITLab wasn't looking for those particular steps. So sometimes it takes a little work to kind of massage through the system here and make sure it's going to accept the answer you're looking for. Do the best you can with it, and if you have any trouble, ask me or ask your fellow students, and they might have some tips that will maybe help you through this. It takes a little troubleshooting, and it takes a lot of patience at times, but you can work through this and get through it. There is a solution to these. There's one other place that you can sometimes find some help with these. When you're looking at the skill-based training, you can see that there's a lot of ways to do one activity. You can do things through the ribbon, or you can do things using your keyboard shortcuts. I find from time to time that the keyboard shortcuts tend to work a little bit better as far as getting through some of these issues. So once again, MyITLab and the trainings, they are not perfect, and even though it does give you a nice simulation of what Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint look like, it doesn't give you the complete experience because it's a simulation, it's not the real thing.